Welcome to the Ashman Inn. Our lavish accommodations are perfect for anyone looking to get away from it all.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran, and yes, welcome back to Remothered Broken Porcelain, a game that is, I would probably say, is one of my most anticipated titles of this year. So over the last few days, news outlets like IGN and Push Square and GameByte, all of the top tier dogs, if you want to call them that, I suppose, they released their previews for the game. So basically, what happened over the past few weeks, I think it was over a call, or if it was just an actual event, showing off the game, showing off about 5 minutes of the game, answering questions and things like that about gameplay, about stalkers. And everyone released their details on the same day, and I am very excited about it because I've seen the gameplay and it looks absolutely fantastic, 10 times better than Tormented Fathers, which is everything you sort of want from a sequel. But yeah, we do have a lot to dive through today, one of which is a IGN video. Oh shit. So let's not waste any time and dive right into it. First off, let's just examine this brand new gameplay. It's absolutely gorgeous. Visually, this game has more life breathed into it than in Tormented Fathers, which was very dull and grey. This one is very colourful, very nice. The fuck am I doing? I think that's because of its brand new locale. We're only shown 3 different areas in the preview, but all of them look very smooth indeed. Of course, there won't be any lollygagging and taking in the environments too much and going and sightseeing, exploring, because there is 3 stalkers in this game. Yeah, not 1, not 2, 3. Shit. Primarily in this preview we are dealing with this new stalker who is equipped with a revolver and a flashlight. From what I could gather from the IGN video, actually I'm pretty sure they said in the IGN video that this new stalker is Mr. Ashman, who, if you don't know already, is the owner of the Ashman Inn. He roams the halls of the inn muttering to himself things like, "When will it end? Rihanna,
there must be
do
a
this
way."
to me." And he then speaks of someone called Rihanna doing something to him. No idea who this Rihanna is. There's a lot of character names that these stalkers are saying, so we'll talk about more of that in a wee bit. One common attribute with Mr. Ashman and the other stalker Andrea are that they are bleeding from their ears and eyes, which is very similar to a game series. What game series was that? It was also survival horror. Ah, Siren. I wonder if this is like a side effect of the phenoxyl, or if it's a weird side effect of the porcelain's mind control. I don't know. My theory is the porcelain is controlling these stalkers, by the way, but again, we'll dive more on that in a wee tiny minute. One thing I did notice in the gameplay is Jennifer is hiding from this girl in the kitchen who, assuming from the dialogue, is called Alyssa. She just sort of seemed to be doing the dishes in the kitchen, and she doesn't really look like any character we've seen so far, apart from this character called Linda, but if she's calling herself Alyssa, then that means she isn't Linda? I know, kind of confusion. But then, if this Alyssa is friendly, then why is Jennifer hiding from her? My guess is that this new character could be like a lookout style enemy who doesn't actually pursue Jennifer but alerts the other stalkers to her presence. This would make sense because later in the preview I thought I heard dogs barking, so maybe that's just another roaming alert system for certain stalkers. So maybe for Andrea you have Alyssa, so Alyssa reports to Andrea and then the dogs, you know, they bark and then it alerts Mr. Ashman, maybe? I don't know, just guessing, just spitballing ideas out there. Broken Porcelain appears to be taking the core mechanics of the first game and just overhauling it entirely. One specific overhaul I do like is with the defense items. Players can now approach stalkers and perform sneak attacks to get that extra edge and weaken them before the chase. Honestly, I think this is quite a smart addition to the game. It just makes sense overall that a character would sneak attack. Like if you're hiding in a cupboard or something like that, and let's say Michael Myers is walking into the room and you already have a knife or screwdriver on you, for me anyway, I would jump out and stab the fucker in the neck. That's just what I would do. The inventory system is now more simplified and easy to understand, with items now being colour coded. Again, I think this is like an easy improvement from the last game, because if you don't remember, in the last game, everything was just in white, and so it was kind of hard to tell what item was what. So now in this game, especially if you're like in a chase situation and you're quickly hiding to equip an item, it's much easier to just be like, okay, that's a defense item, equip that. Okay, that's a distractor item, click that. It just makes it way more easier instead of fumbling around the menus trying to figure out which one's what. With the added stalkers in the game, life in the Ashman Inn looked very dire indeed. which might be why Jennifer has a new ability called Maathai, which can allow her to track and temporarily tag stalkers through the environment by highlighting them in red. I don't really know how I feel too much about this one, to be honest, because I'm not really personally a fan of seeing through walls and having X-ray vision and shit like that. In Far Cry, it's kinda fine. In Hitman, it's kinda fine, but in a horror game, I don't know, I don't really like it as much. I think that's just because in a horror game, the whole part of the horror aspect, for me anyway, is fear of the unknown. You don't know what's around every corner. You can hear the stalker, and then you can hear it, and you can be like, oh, he might be upstairs, he might be downstairs, I have no fucking clue. That's the entire tense situation of it, you know? But if I can just X-ray vision through the wall and be like, alright, Andrea is right there, the porcelain is right there, and where's Mr. There's Mr. Ashman over there. That just takes away the entire fucking tensity of the situation. Well, I would feel much more relaxed if I knew where everyone was, but if I'm in a room and I can just be like, okay, that person's coming, time to hide, then it just makes it less scary and less intimidating in a way. Since Jennifer is much more agile than Rosemary and her high heels, she can outrun stalkers by jumping over railings and quickly climbing through vents into another room. I just hope, like, you're running away, you're diving, you're fucking parkouring across railings and shit like that, you're diving into the vent. It'd be cool if, while you were doing that, the stalker was literally on your ass, so that means by the time you go into the vent, if the stalker's like literally right at your feet, it'd be cool if the stalker could just grab you and just yeet you across the room or something like that. I think that would just be way more scarier if it did that. Like, imagine, like, you'd be fully confident in yourself and your abilities, and you're like, I've climbed through this vent many a times, and then you do this one time, then Andrea just sort of pulls you back out, and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh no, I guess we're dead. There's also a new cover mechanic in the game that just makes hiding that much more easier and more immersive than before. Now, for some story speculation. In the IGN video, there was some split-second cutscenes that were shown off. One shows young Rosemary enter a hallway looking as she did in Tormented Fathers, ready to do some classic investigating. See, once I seen Rosemary back in like one of the earlier teasers she was revealed in, I was like, what role is she going to play? Because her and Jennifer didn't mesh. They like, their storylines didn't, or like their paths didn't cross at any point. So I was curious how she was going to get implemented. So I was like, maybe she is the secondary protagonist. Maybe it's like a Carlos in Resident Evil 3 style of situation, where it's like the second Jennifer becomes an active, you control Rosemary, and then she takes over for a little bit, and then you become Jennifer, then you can become Rosemary, and it's like that back and forth sort of thing throughout the game. The next is Prepossession, Mr. Ashman going a little bit mad and threatening Jennifer with a gun. Guessing he caught Jennifer up to no good and decided the best way to encourage employees to get back to work was holding a good old fashioned 38 caliber revolver to their face. But yeah, that's all I really gathered from the preview. There wasn't really much there. There was a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, like you can go and watch the preview and there's a lot of gameplay there, but it's gameplay that we've seen before. There's like, it's remothered, so it has the core elements there, but everything that was new shown I did cover here. I don't think there's anything I really missed. The cutscenes were new. It's quite weird as well, because some videos, like the IGN video, has cutscenes and stuff like that in it, and then the GameByte video is pure gameplay and doesn't show much of the cutscenes, which is quite interesting. They don't really show much of the Porcelain as well. They showed Porcelain for one shot in the IGN video, and that's like when he was like lifting up Jennifer, so I'm kind of curious what's happening there. I'm guessing that's like a death scene, but I don't know, I'd love to see more of that Stalker, but I understand why they're holding back in that one. Hopefully we get a new trailer soon showing the release date, but until then, I guess we just need to keep on waiting. So what are your thoughts on the new Broken Porcelain gameplay preview? Please let me know down in the comments below what you think. I'm really curious what your opinions are on, and if you haven't played Remothered Tormented Fathers, go play it now. It's on PS4, Steam, Xbox, and unfortunately Nintendo Switch. I say unfortunately for a very good reason. Special thanks to my lovely wee patrons, Cat G, Proxy1, TG Monster, and Enigma Plays 115 for your continued support over my Patreon. Thank you guys so much, I do really appreciate it. But yeah, Remothered Broken Porcelain, one of my most hyped games of the year. I cannot wait to get my hands on that game. It looks really fucking fun, it looks really good. I cannot wait for another original horror game that isn't a first person walking down a hallway simulator. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I shall be seeing you all later. Bye bye.